back to my channel, and today is Tuesday, Bind It All, and we're coming down to the nitty-gritty of this series. It's been a lot of fun. So today we are doing the secret Belgian crisscross, better known or otherwise known as crisscross stitching. And this was a photo album that I purchased at a garage sale, and I think I paid $1 for it. And I have used the guts for it, and I had this sitting for the longest time wondering what to do, and then this came up. I thought, perfect. So this is the stitch, and I used twine. Isn't that pretty? And I kind of boogered up here because I was running out of my twine. So grab yourself a cold drink, because I had a coffee and my coffee got cold because I totally forgot about it. So we'll get started on it. But what I like about this is everything just lays nice and flat. There's no bunching up or anything. It just, everything lays nice and flat. Perfect for a writing journal, which is what this one's going to be to whoever gets that one. So first thing you got to do is figure out what's going to be your cover. And this was a little Reader's Digest book, and I used the spine from that other one that I just showed you. I cut that spine down, so that spine has done that one, and it's going to do this one as well. But I like the size of it, and I like the design on it, and I thought it's perfect. So basically what you have to do is, first off, measure your piece. Now this was 5 inches, 5.5, and 5.5 and 2 little lines. So what does that make it? I don't know. Whatever it makes it. It doesn't matter. Whatever the size of your book is, whatever the size of your cover is, that's what you're going to do your measurements to. And so what I did was I took and I equaled out my spots here so that I could have 1-inch intervals here. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are my 1-inch spacings. And then these are my 2 ends. And I did that on both sides. And then you take your spine and you put it together so that you have a space here. And I basically left a space so that I could get my needle through. You can put tape across the top here and use that. I just chose it. Thought for me it was much easier to use little binding clips because I had the small ones. So I got my signatures. Now this paper that I have used is from Wild Rose Bohemian, and I'll leave the link to her Etsy shop and the papers that I used. These are ones that I had printed off for quite some time. As beautiful as they are, I wasn't using them. And so in 2025, I'm trying to use up my stash and all the things that I've been hoarding. So this one, I finally had a place to use it that I thought would look really nice. It kind of goes with the colors in the book itself. And so, yeah. So I did 6 signatures with 4 pages in each one. And once I had this done, I took these and lined them up, and I did my holes or my marks here, and then I punctured my holes into there. So that is all. I would suggest to mark your top. This one I marked the top, but it's really my first one, because I have pattern going in a certain direction. So whenever I look at it, I know where the top is going to be. And same if you've got a pattern on here or a picture, like this one had a picture, so I had to make sure that when I was putting it together that this was always the right way, and my papers that I had planned were always the right way. So that's another thing you want to make sure. So these are 1-inch spots, 1 inch in between, and I'm going to put this to the side because we don't need this right now. We need this. And this, when I first looked at it, I thought, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? This is going to be so difficult. And once I got going, it wasn't so bad. So now that I used the twine, and last time when we were doing that other stitch, I used that silver one. This one I'm going to use this. I'm going to try this. It's pretty strong. It has a little bit of stretch to it, but not much. And it I thought it would look kind of cool with it, and I don't know. If you see me using this, then you know that I was successful in it. If you don't see it, you'll never know that this is what I was going to try. So let's get busy because this is really detailed. So I'm using a curved needle because, especially with the next step, this is the way to go. You can do it with the straight one, but honestly, that's the way to go. So we're going to start from the inside, and we're just going to take, oh, I guess, wait. So, to determine how much of this you need, you are supposed to go the same way as we do it for any other kind of binding. You go the width of your book to how many stitches or how many holes you got. I had 6 here. So when I did the other one, I did that and I ran out, and then I added more. I tied it in. I'm not sure if you can see where I've tied it in. I've tied it in here, and then I thought I had enough, took extra, and I was still short. I did get my knot tied in here, but it was really, really difficult. So this time I did 10 times and then a little bit extra, just because I don't want to run out in the middle. So 1 time for each hole, and then you're going to want to give yourself some extras. If you don't mind wasting a little bit, it's okay. And I don't mind wasting this at all, because this is one of the ones that I found at the thrift store, and I got this roll, another one like this but different colors, and then that black and silver one that I used last time. So we're just going to go from the inside to the outside. Oh, and you see what just happened? Right off the bat. Okay. This is kind of tedious too for me, it was. So I'm just going to take that off of there, and I'm just going to put that back into there-ish. And there. Oh, we gotta go a little bit more out. There we go. There we go. Okay, so while we're fiddling with this, I'm just gonna put this, kind of locks it in place so we're not down here. Okay, let's try this again. I'm not going to do the whole thing on camera. I'm going to get it started and show you, and then I'll finish it off camera. Because like I said, this is really quite tedious. So, bring that around. You want to pull this all the way through and leave yourself a tail, because you'll be tying a knot here. So I'm going to leave about, I think, that much. Okay, so then you come through your spine to your gap. Oh, this is really not holding together for me, is it? Oh, come on now. It worked for me the last time. There. Just don't be so rough with it. So okay, so I'm going to pull this through. Now, I could be really, really fussy and be certain as to exactly how to make sure that they don't get knotted or are twisted, but I'm not going to be that particular. Okay, so you go through the back into the front, the first hole, and then you come through the gap. Oh, look at that, that's pretty. Through your gap, back through your gap, and then back through the front to the back with using this hole here. If you're using twine, which I love that look, I really do, you just have to make sure that your holes, number one, your needle is big enough to accommodate going through, well, accommodate the your twine. And then you have to make sure that your holes are big enough to accommodate your twine and going through twice. Okay, what do we got going on this side? Perfect, okay. Then we go, I think what's happening here is that I don't have this over enough. There we go. Try that, and get this back over here. There we go. We're going to put you, oh, I see what's going on. There we go. Okay. At least they're easy enough to get in there. Okay, so now we're going to go back through underneath our gap. I'm just going to, and of course with anything that you're binding, when your thread is, whatever you're binding with, when it's long, it's hard to get it to stay untangled and unhooked and all that fun stuff. So we're going to, I'm going to leave it twisted. I don't mind that look at all. Okay, and then we went in behind here, so we're going to go back through here. And ask me how many times I poked myself with this rounded needle. Lots. I am really clunky with the round needle. I just don't do very well with it yet. But, you know, I haven't used it very often either. So at this point, you can take and you can you can straighten your tie, your whatever it is that you're threading with, make your stitches look even, and then you're going to tie a knot here. This is where another finger would come in handy, wouldn't it? Just like tying a bow on a present. Okay, just don't try to do fancy, just do it. Just do it. There we go. It's 31 degrees out there today. Place for it, and I'm going to untie that when, or not untie that, I'm going to cut that off once I'm all done. I don't like to cut anything until I'm done. Okay, so we want to go back through this hole. Back through here. The goal is you should always have two of whatever it is that you're binding with coming across the inside here. Always two. So we're going to come back through here. Okay. Then we're going to come back through this hole here. This is because this is our starter, so that's why we're doing, oops, look at that. Oh, close, glad I caught that. And we'll do the same at the very bottom too. It's fun to try different, oh, don't do that. Different items for, I think what the problem is that because I wrapped tape around this, washi tape, it's thicker now than the others. Okay, so once we have done that and we've pulled everything snug, we're now going to go through our next hole here. And then we're going to come up through our little gap here as I struggle with my needle. There we go. Do I find I needed to try. The first time I did this with the twine, I did not use the curved needle. I used a regular one. And I found it to be very easy. But I thought, so that I would know, I thought if I would know that, learn to see what it was like to do with the curved needle. So anyways, so we've gone through here. Now we're going to go through this hole here, come up and behind, and then we're going to weave again. Down through here, like so. This is one, like I said, it's very time consuming. It's beautiful. You see I see what I'm doing. I need it twice in here. What am I doing wrong? Am I doing anything? Oh no, let's see. No, we're good, we're good. Okay, so we're gonna come back through here, through this gap. Okay, and we're gonna pull it snug. And then we're going to go back through this hole. And you want to be careful, not as careful as you can, not to snag your see what happened. You know what? Okay, I am going to find my straight needle. Is it in here? Let's see. This is my little needle book that I made. And let's see. That one's got thread in it. Does that got a big enough? It does not. This one does. So, okay, let's just get this over here. All right. If I can't get this threaded right away, I will pause. Hopefully I can get it threaded right away. I'm hoping I don't have to use a bigger needle. Yeah, I can see. I am terrible. Oh, there it is. Push it through. Get it up. Hey, that was so painful after all. Okay, now let's cook. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have got, Am I going to fuss with this one to get it twisted? Yes, I am, because I think it'll look better. There we go. And then we're going to come back through here. And what that is doing is that's giving us our weaved look. And then we're going to go back through this hole. And you can start to see the pattern that we're creating. I'm going to leave the ones on the side. I just want the ones on that top flat part to be even. So now you can see that we've got a nice little pattern happening. And then we're going to go down to our next hole. And I don't mind that twisted at all. I see what you're doing. Okay, so maybe I just need some bigger clamps. Maybe there. Maybe what I should do is put them right on the edge, right in there perfectly. There, let's try that. Oh. Okay. So we have gone to our next hole. We have come out here like that, and now we're going to go back over top of our spine, and we're just going to there we go. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about that because this all of our books, all of our okay, let's just hold on what we got going here. What we got going. There we go. Okay. My goodness. Amateur, I tell ya. I've never, other than today, I started that practice run yesterday and finished it up this morning and then got this one ready. So I've only done this twice. Okay, so now we've gone through that hole. We're going to come back through and go through here. And we're just going to carry that on all the way through till we get down to the bottom. Turn on some good music, grab a cold drink of whatever, and enjoy. Because, like I said, this is just this has nothing to do with putting in the signatures yet. We're just taking care and creating our cover. That's it. Okay, so then we want to go back through. Like so. And then we're going to go back under like that. So, and then back through that same hole. And here comes my puppies. It was Charlie right into the door. Okay, and then we're going to go, we finished that, we've gone through there twice. We have 2 lines in there. And we're going to go here. See how much easier this part is with the straight needle. And through here. It's gonna make a liar out of me. Okay. And then down through here. straighten out our threads. Okay, I'm going to come back through this hole here. Oops, not that one. That one. Don't want to miss any. Okay, and I'm snugging it up. Get it nice and straight. Back under. And back through here. Oop. Back through this hole. There we go. And so now we have to come back through here. Make our second weave here. There we go. And back through this hole. I'm okay with that being twisted. Let's see how we're looking. Looks good so far, eh? Okay. So then we're going to go back through this hole. Here. And then we've gone underneath there, so now we want to come back up through this hole. And you see, I did a boo-boo. And now I got two holes side by side. And I think it's, they're just, I think that's, no, I think this one. I'm going with that one. Oop. Okay. I'm going to go with this one here, because that one to me seems the one that's right. I'll have to do a little bit of fanciness in there somewhere. Okay. Back up through here. It's nice and strong once you get it done. It is. Oh, what's going on here? What is, there we go. Okay. Then we're going to make our second pass here. We're going to push that over like that. I'm going to push this one over. That over like that, that over like that. Get them lined up. Okay, so now we're coming back through here. Making our second one. Make this over here, like so. Two there. Then we're going to come into back through here. Like so. Oops, what's going down here? There we go. There we go. Pull it nice and snug. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go put this We could probably now take these off because they're pretty solid now, and where it's been told where it needs to be. Okay, so we're going to go into this one. I had a boo-boo. Okay, I don't know why are you fighting me so much on this now? Why are you doing that? All of a sudden, look, it was going so nice and smoothly, and now not so much. Okay, that looked like it's straight to you. Okay, well, we'll just leave it and see what happens. Okay, so back through here. Now here, you could just take and make it simple on yourself and just pass it through there. And then pass it through. You can do that instead of using the needle. But with the thread I'm using, that's not the bestest idea. There we go. We're going to come through here. And then we'll come back through here. Come on. You see, it's, there we go. And okay. I did that. There we go. Oh, for pity's sake. Okay, you should not have removed them yet, apparently. It worked out okay with the twine, but not with this one. That's okay, we'll figure it out. Where there's a will, there's a way. And it's called persistence. There we go. There we go. So then we need to go back through this hole. I wonder if that's where my mistake was. No, well, no, not really. Not making that hole big enough. That might be a mistake. Okay, do we have to get the pliers out? Apparently. I don't think I made, well, obviously I did not make that hole big enough. There we go. Let me get that one through. There we go. There we go. Here, little nuggets going, wait a minute, where are you? And why aren't you here? Why aren't you here? Okay, so now we need to make our second thing here. So I'm going to go up underneath. Don't take your hooks out. Don't take them out, apparently. Let's put this back in. This is just giving me too much grief. Too much grief. All things that turn out nicely are worth the trouble, right? Yeah, out. Okay. Put that underneath there. I don't want that in there. There we go. Okay. So, pull this snug. Again. Okay. Now we can cook again. And then we're going to go back underneath this one. because now we're creating our last second one here. We're going to go over there. Okay, and then we're going to go down here. And do we have 1, 2 here? We have 1, 2 there. Okay, so now you can take and tie a knot. Let's get this guy out of here. I don't need you to be so... There we go. Okay, so we're going to tie a knot. Tie that right in there. There we go. Do one more. Okay, so here is the thing. Okay, I told you that I had 10 times this. I went 1, 2, so I did 10 times. So what am I over? I'm over 1 and a bit. So you could do 9 times, but 6 times it doesn't work. Okay, so I'm going to put this needle away, and we can take our clips off. Put my book away. So now we have, you can do so many different ways with it. It's very cool. Oh, I'm going to cut that off. Right about there. It's cool the different ways that you can manipulate the cover. Does it matter? I don't know. It's just cool because you can have it like that. You can do that. You can do that. What? It's like a little game. It's like a little game. Okay, so now we need, which for some reason, I don't know why I didn't get it out. I'm just going to use my black wax thread, and this time I am going to use that curved needle, because this time it does make it better. So again, we have 6 signatures, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 for the pot. Same when I'm cooking potatoes. 1 for everybody and then 1 for the pot. Okay. And then this is where the fun really begins. This is not, well, I would say practice makes perfect on this. That's for certain. So I would, personally, I would start with really small projects and work my way up to something much bigger if I was going to carry on using this. Okay. So I am going to start at the back, and I am going to say that this is good. Look how pretty that is, though. Really, that's gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to start at the back. I'm going to take my signatures, and now I know that this is my front one, so I'm going to turn this way, and I am going to take my first one. I'm going to start at, you know, it doesn't matter. Start at the top, start at the bottom. I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to go in here. There we go. And you want to leave a tail. Okay. Now, you have your first one here. So you want to go underneath both of your weaves here. So I hope am I in view here? I'm gonna come up here. So you want to go underneath both of these. And yeah, just like with everything, it's going to be a hassle with this string till we get down. So then you want to wrap it underneath there, and you want to go back through that same hole, and you want to of course be careful not to get into your other. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fold this up like this, so I'm just dealing with this one, and I am going to put this over here like so. Like so. So we can have a better view. Okay, so now I have my first one underneath both stitches here. I have my little tail there. And then I'm going to go back through this little hole here, my first hole. And I just want to make sure that I have not gone through my thread. Because once you go through your thread, that weakens it and it's no more fun. Okay, so where did I went through, you see what I did? I went through my thread. And when you get that, then it's ugly. So I am going to, because this is my tail, I'm going to cut this off because I can, because I gave that little extra thread for the pot. Let's see if I can get this. Wait a minute. Maybe I can do, because I'm right here. Maybe, will you let me? Will you let me? No, you won't. Okay. No. And I'm not going to, you can try to attempt to get it back through, but boy, if you're not perfect, it doesn't want to go, and then it's, so I'm just going to cut this right here and hope for the best. Thank goodness I did it right at the very start. Okay. Now we're free and clear. Here is, there we go. Look at that. Like nothing happened. Okay, so we're going to line things up here again. And what I like to do is make sure I've got my tail here. I'm going to make it just a little smaller and hold my tail. And I am going to, well, I pulled it tight already, so pull it nice and snug, right? And then what you want to do here is you want to do your first, you want to do a knot. Secure this in. And I'll just do one forward, one backwards. I did the first one that I did it with the triple knot thing. It was just too much of a knot. And we'll just get that like that. I'm not going to cut this off just yet because I don't want to. Okay, so then back to the matters at hand. So we go through our next hole and we come through, careful not to snag anything. No snagging of anything allowed. Poke your finger. It'll be fine. Okay, so now I want to make sure that this stays nice and snug. Apparently, and you can, it works. You can adjust it once you're done. So we're going to go under both of our weaves here. And try carefully not to tie a knot. What do I got going here? It's hard to, it's, what do I got here? No, I got stuff happening here. And we don't want knots. Right? Right. Okay. There we go. Are we untied? Not quite. We're going to put you through here. Then we should be good to go, right? Not right. Okay, I see. You gotta come through here. Boy, I don't think I've ever knotted it up that well. I did a good job. Okay. Okay, here is our, and we want this one. Let's get you back under here. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're back where we should be. Oh my goodness. So I have gone underneath. And I just want to make sure that this stitch here is snug. So I'm pulling. And then we want to go back here. Okay, so now we do not want to snag that other thread. And I'm just going to bring this up, hold this snug, and get back into this hole. Okay, there we go. I missed everything. Made the hole a little larger, and that's okay. It's not going to affect it. It really, oops. It really won't. Okay, so before I pull this one really snug, I'm going to pull this one again, and just make sure that that is snug as a bug in a rug, and then pull it. Okay, and then we just keep repeating that process. This one to me is a very complicated binding. As you can see, it's really beautiful, but although I think I did say that about the Coptic one too, didn't I? So we're going to go underneath again. And now see, I think you can see why I say that the round curved needle is much easier in this. I'm pretty sure Suzanne is going to just have it nice and slick and no mistakes. She's way better at this than I am. Okay, so I'm holding my thread here. I want to go back through my hole. And I want to make sure that I haven't poked anything through. Oh, I can't even see the needle. Okay, what do we got going here? The first one is always the hardest. There we go. And it's okay. And same as before I pull this snug, I want to make sure that this stitch is good, and then I'm going to pull this snug. And same thing, so we're going to do this all the way through. I'm still in here, yeah, okay. Okay, so then we're going to go underneath both. Okay. I'm going to pull this one snug before I go back in to the hole. Oh, I think that one went through nicely. Yes, it did. Okay. I'm just going to give it one more little tug. And then a nice little tug here. I find that sometimes with my wax thread, I don't get my stitches quite as tight as I would like them to be. I don't know if my wax thread maybe is too thick. That's a possibility. Okay, snug. underneath both. Through. Oh, yeah, okay, we're good. And we're going to go through, snug, and back through our hole one more time. This time with feeling. Snug this up. And pull this through. There we go. All right, now we're coming up to the end of the first one. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. There we go. Underneath both. Okay, now here's where it gets fun. Snug it up. There we go. Okay, so now we are wrapped underneath, and we're going to take our next one and we're going to place it on here, and then we're going to go through the first hole on this one because we have wrapped it underneath here, and now we can go on to the next one. And where am I? Here I am. Okay. Okay, so now that we have this one in place, you can adjust these down because you want to make room. All your signatures are going to fit in here, right? So you want to make sure that you've got enough room for everybody to fit. Okay, so now we're going to go down our next, in through the next hole. Snug it up underneath. And back through. I find it really hard to maneuver the curved needle until you get that perfect grip on it. Okay, there we go. It takes skill in my eyes to use a curved needle. Okay, so we are going to take and snug this up. Oh, see what I did? I went through, darn it. And you can't snug it up. But I kind of see where I went through, and I think I might be able to go back through it. Let me see. There's enough of a hole there. And if I'm not in the right spot, I'm going to really muck this up. But see, this stitch now will never be nice and snug, but it's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And underneath. And back through our hole. And don't snag. I hope I did. It's really hard. I find it really hard to see. Oh, don't snag. Okay. I'm going to say I didn't. I'm going to say I didn't. I missed it. Woohoo! Okay, back through. Underneath. Oh, did I get both of them? Yep. And back through. Don't snag nothing. That's what's nice too. If you hold this thread, when you go back through, sometimes it helps you miss that. Okay. Get all the papers here, buddy. Oh my gosh. Really want to go through the hole for me. Why not? Enough. I'm not playing around no more. Poke your finger. There we go. My goodness. And I avoided the thread? I did. Okay. Snug it. There we go. Okay. That's probably why I find this really time consuming too, is because I battle the needle, but it really is, it's a much better option than a straight needle. Okay, and underneath. Okay, and let's pull this nice and snug and see if we can get into all the papers. No, you're not gonna let me do it again, are you? I tell you, sometimes it's just so easy. It just flips on through, and sometimes not so much. There we go. Oh, and I've missed. Good. Okay. It's almost like I always feel like I've won a little lottery when I miss the when I miss going back through the thread. Okay. So now, okay. Now we're coming up. This is the end, and we want to make sure that we go through here underneath our two. And let's get that in there nice and snug. And then this is where we can take and move our signatures down if we need to. Okay, so then we just go to our next one, and we've wrapped underneath the two. So now we just go into here, and then we carry on doing the same thing. Doing the same thing. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm just going to go finish this up, and I will come back with a voice that works and a finished product. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so I am back, and I have my last signature sewn in, and I just wanted to show you. Pull your stitches tight, and then we're going to tie a knot. And I'm just going to pull it down to there. And like you see, I didn't get that tight, but it is what it is. Like I said, I think this thread might be too thick or too waxed. I don't know. It's just not a thread that really gives me a lot of, it doesn't work very well in this particular thing. Although that I did get it pulled tight, which scares me, tells me that that knot is not the best knot. But I'm going to do that, cut it off, and then what I'll do later off camera is I will add a little piece of glue little piece of glue, a little dollop of glue. So here we go. Here she is. Look at how pretty that is. I think it looks really pretty. And again, it lays flat. Everything lays nice and flat. So there it is. The secret Belgium stitch, otherwise known too as the crisscross stitch. And I think it's really pretty. Would I do them again? Possibly. Maybe. Certainly for a notebook. I think that's really pretty and it's different. And the fact that it just lays down. I think just about everything we've done, Suzanne and I have done, lays nice and flat. So it gives a nice writing surface. I'm going to put a little decoration on that front cover, and I'm going to be in a artisan market September 6th, and we are to donate a little prize, a little item to go into the basket for the door prize. So I think this little gem is going to go in there. I think so. I see I did one boo-boo. Should I point it out to you? Well, sure, why not? Is it going to affect it? Doesn't seem to. But for some reason, somehow, I came up through instead of going, I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't seem to affect it. It adds character, that's it. Character, yes, character. And it creates a kind of an interesting design in here. You can still fill it, put a pocket in there if you really wanted to. I'm not going to, not on these guys. All right, so thank you for hanging out with me. Go check on Suzanne's. I'm sure she's got a fabulous tutorial going, and she seems way more experienced at that kind of stuff than I am. All right, have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye.